But my name is Jazzarae Jones, and I am the Chief Executive Officer and founder of Music Theory Studios. And to give you the spiel or the elevator pitch of Music Theory Studios, we are a premier audio recording audio engineering, beat making, DJing, and design, as well as vocal classes. We have been in since 2009, and we are currently located in downtown Norfolk, across the street from MacArthur Mall and TCC, and right next to the Governor School of Arts. And so we are in good company. So what can I say? Thought about a lot of talks that I've seen, like many of you guys. Are many of you guys looking to start your own business, or do you have your own business? By raising hands, start. And does anybody currently own a business? Okay. I've been to so many of these types of TED Talks, and I really thought about what I wanted to build with you guys about and what I wanted to discuss. I decided not to do all the bells and whistles with all the extra, because I feel like what always works for me is just pure honesty and that raw type of candid conversation. I also thought about, should I inspire you guys and tell you about all my accomplishments and all of the good things and accolades and all of this? Or do I want to impact you and tell you about all my mistakes and all the stuff no one ever talks about? And so I chose the latter today, okay? So we're going to discuss mistakes in starting your business, because no one tends to want to tell us about those things anymore. It's a new day and age. I mean, everything on social media is filtered and fluffed, right? And so we want you to see that our business is winning. We want you to see that we're winning and that everything is amazing and that there's no drama and I got it going on, et cetera, et cetera. Well, the truth is, if you're about to start a business, it's not going to feel like that at all. In fact, the beginning of your business is going to feel like disarray and a mess. And it's going to feel like no one supports you at all. No one sees you. No one likes you. No one believes in you. No one's there to help you. It's going to feel like you are all alone by yourself on a canoe in the middle of the ocean, not in the lake. And the waves are coming, and you have to pay rent if you're going to have a brick and mortar. Or you have to figure out marketing. Or you have to figure out, how am I going to get people to purchase what it is I just created? It's hard. It's not easy. Not for the faint. And I say that with so much respect, because you can still do it. It's not easy to be a basketball player, but they still get it done, right? And so I say that because I made so many mistakes in the beginning. First off, I was 24. I was a young Spitfire from Jersey. I put myself through school in Charlotte. I then got my first radio job here in Virginia. And I was blessed to have worked under somebody who was the first Black man to own the first radio station in Virginia, the first Black man to own 5 radio stations on the East Coast, and the first Black man to own over 30 to 40 radio stations throughout the nation. And he taught me a lot. The most powerful lesson, though, was what he didn't teach me. And I think the biggest life lesson in building a business is going to be cultivating your character. Who are you? Are you a good person? Are you worthy of having people follow you? And I ain't talking about Instagram. Not talking about your TikTok. Not talking about that. I'm talking about in real life. If you were to come stand before a group of us right now, would anyone listen to you? Do you dominate the room? Do you speak with authority? Are you respectful? How do you handle other people in their businesses? Are you nasty and leaving bad reviews over little things? Oh, because you're going to get that back. Karma works in business too. All that hard that you put on every other person's business, you're going to receive that same thing back because you've given no grace. Now, listen, I understand there's moments where you got to let people know. But when first starting your business, the first thing you need to think about, what no one tells you, is who are you? What is your character? Can I come to you as an employee and say, hey, I did not like your idea. It did not work for me. Can we switch that up? Can you handle that? Can you handle someone saying, nah, I don't like it? And you pay them and they work for you? I'm not going to be able to come in today. I'm so sorry. I had a family emergency. I know you really need me. Well, I got like 3,000 t-shirts I got to get out by tonight. What do you mean you're not going to show up? How do you handle that? No one teaches us these things. See, the problem is that we're going to have a whole bunch of young people become entrepreneurs because social media is allotting them the opportunity. However, they've never worked for anyone in a real professional setting, so they have no customer service skills. They don't even know how to handle people. They don't even know how to handle their friends and sisters and brothers and mamas and uncles. How you gonna handle a disgruntled client or a disgruntled employee? These are the things I want you to think about when building your business and what it is you're building. Do you have integrity? Do you talk about your staff to the other person in the room? I pin drop that one. See, that's something to think about. Because do you have the integrity to keep your staff on board? So my biggest mistake when I started this, I lacked character. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I wanted to be. I didn't know how I wanted to be her, but I knew I wasn't going to stay the same person. So the first thing I thought about was, okay, I got to get a big team. So I did the number 2 mistake is I went and hired up all these people because I thought, well, then that means I'm in business. I got people under me. Well, what that did was that created me a deficit. I was already in the red before I started. The third mistake I made, and I'm going to say this very frankly, I didn't believe in who I was. In that I didn't believe that me being a girl from Jersey, loving hip hop, respecting my culture was good enough. So I thought I had to play a game to other people. And so rather than doing music production classes in the beginning, guys, with classes I knew that we could cultivate, I thought I had to give everyone what they wanted. So we did guitar and piano and drum and violin. I played the game because I thought, well, this will get this group of people to respect us because we really are hip hop focused. We really are EDM. We really are grunge and rock and roll. Okay? That was the third mistake I made because I wasn't true to who I was. Therefore, I was not true to my brand and I wasn't true to my community. I don't know anything about playing guitar. I never played a guitar. I could help write a curriculum for it. I could help someone come in and teach it, but I wasn't really passionate about this. I just wanted it to get us to cross over, right? So what did I learn later on? I learned that authenticity sells dollars. The movement, the Black Lives Matter movement, the BLM movement, the COVID movement, all of these new things that are happening in these last 3 years showed a lot of us that it's okay to be who you are and to love that thing. And to sit on top of that with power and strength and know that it's okay, right? So that was the third thing. I wasn't real. And it took me until we left our location in Virginia Beach. We were there for 7.5 years. I was big and pregnant. And I said, you know what? We're not teaching classes that we don't love no more. We're not going to do the things that aren't us anymore. So I changed the entire curriculum. I pulled classes out and I focused in on what we do, which is recording music, audio engineering, making beats, DJing, whether it be on a controller or turntables, and then of course vocals. And then the design aspect comes in with me. I'm a 4th generation seamstress. That's a whole nother story, right? So long story short, that was my third mistake, but I fixed that. I figured it out. The other mistake was thinking that I needed to have a big team. You don't need all what you think you need. Do you ever realize, like, especially I'm going to speak to the ladies, we always think we need to go get a new outfit, but if we just went into that closet and went through some things, like, oh, this brand new. I didn't even know. That's how it is in business. You really necessarily need to get this whole group of people to help you. Maybe just one good person believes in you, that you can afford to assist, because No one should have to work for free too long, right? And get with them to see if they can assist you in what it is you're looking to do. And when I say assist, when you are first building your business, it frustrates me when I see people first building their business. They're not even a year in. They're like, I need an assistant. For what? Who are you What? Why? You're running too fast. Slow down. You don't need all of that. Right now, what you need to know what's your mission statement? Who's your marketing going to go to? Who's your demographic? What is your services? What is the language that's going to be spoken on your website, on your brochures? Who are you to represent? Who's going to represent your brand? Is it going to be you? Is it going to be an image? Is it going to be a logo? What is it going to be? These are all the things you need to think about before you put a team around you and you got a whole bunch of people telling you stuff. Because then there again, we're not being authentic to us. We're now appeasing the peanut gallery. Okay? So moving on. So I start this business. I'm 24. I'm young. I make mistakes. I really want to help my community though. So I'm really big on after school, summer camps, connecting with free classes, our libraries. And that for me was the most important. In the midst of this though, I have a dual business. So we have about 6 different things that bring in money, right? I'm also a recording studio. So we need to get some major artists up in here. So I had to work on that at the same time. What was one of the biggest mistakes with trying to get up to the next ladder? I think the biggest mistake again goes back to character. I wasn't ready. Do you know it's not what you say, it's how you say it? Every time though? Every single time? So my 4th mistake was my communication was so flawed. I was so young. I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know how to speak with love, but still be strong. Does that make sense? To speak with power, but still be gentle. I didn't know that yet. And that's a learned thing. You gotta see someone know how to do that. You gotta swim in that terrain for a little bit because it's different when you see someone a matter of fact and respectful than when you see somebody a matter of fact and rude. And we've all seen it. So that was the last thing I had to cultivate. In the midst of that, I'm big and pregnant. We're about to move to a new location. I come up with a new idea to drop all these other classes, which allowed me to get rid of some of the staff. The other staff that was still there decided we're going to leave. We don't want to be here anymore. Maybe we don't get it. I don't know. There was a lot of things going on. It was such a huge switch. And I got depressed, y'all. I had this beautiful baby. I had this new life happening. And here I was without a staff. I think I had 2 people left. And so I'm like, oh, what am I supposed to do? The biggest mistake there was thinking that that was wrong. Lean into whatever is happening into your life. Do not resist. Go with the flow. So I decided for about 1.5 years, I was going to resist this. And I was angry. And I felt as if these people that had left did my business wrong. And how could this happen to me? Well, it goes back to me. It was my character. I wasn't spot on. I didn't know who I was. Therefore, I didn't treat everyone the way that they should have been treated. Maybe that was what it was. Maybe I wasn't bringing in enough money. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I didn't have enough connections. Maybe I didn't have enough Instagram followers. Maybe I could say all these things. The truth is, everything is for a reason. And the minute they left, I was able to see that my business was 6 figures. Here I was, going broke, paying all these people, and I had money. It was the biggest blessing of my life. I realized I didn't need everybody there. I realized I could do this. Less is more. And then I found more prominent individuals to roll with. Because at this point now I'm up the ladder a little bit higher. So now I'm working with people of great caliber, equal in spirit. So we keep moving. I moved to a location at 645 Church Street, which the city has now taken over, which is going to be an awesome move. But at that time, I signed a lease. In less than a year, after doing almost a $25,000 build out, they tell us we have less than 30 days to vacate the premises, that the building has been sold. I have tenants. as well that were housed within my studio. Some multi-platinum super producers. You can only imagine what my thoughts were. How do I tell them that we're about to leave again? My fifth mistake, I did not read that contract, that lease, the way I should have. I should have sent it to my lawyer. But no, I trusted her. Thought it was a good lease. See, the thing is, all of what I'm telling you, all these 5 mistakes so far, they're all on me. They're all my mistakes. No one else did it. And that's what's being a boss. You got to own your own stuff. I can't blame anyone else. I have to blame Jazzarae. So here I didn't read this lease. Now we out. I'm thinking, this is my livelihood. I have a child. I'm married. How are we going to make it? I got 3 tenants that are under me. It was a weird situation. So what did I do? I went and I looked everywhere in downtown Norfolk, and I tried to figure out how we were going to make this work. Here I am. Everybody thinks I'm not the age I am. So they're like, what are you? How are you going to afford the rent here? What type of business do you own? I don't really like hip hop. I don't think you're going to fit here. I even had some of the landlords that come see my current studio because they didn't believe who we were. It's disgusting when I think about what I went through. I saw 42 locations right here in downtown Norfolk, and I got laughed out of all of them except one. They made me feel like my business wasn't good enough. They made me feel like I wasn't old enough. They didn't make me feel like I was pale enough. They didn't make me feel like I belonged. What was my mistake? What did I do wrong here? I didn't do nothing wrong here. I showed up. And so this is the moment that you have to learn. Sometimes it's bigger than you. It's not about you. You got to keep going. I could have sat there, cried, which I did, but I cried and I kept rolling. And I just kept looking for places, and I kept looking for places, and then boom, find this building. And this owner, he's trying to figure out some new things for new business owners too. However, we're not a new business, so then that was going to be the big issue. We only deal with startups. You guys have been here at least 9 years at this point. But see, that's where that character comes in, and I was able to negotiate a great deal to get us where we are. And I say that to say, had all of those situations not occurred prior to, that required me to tap into my character, that required me to look at myself, and that required me to be real about my circumstance and who I am and what I look like to other people and what my business looks like to other people, I had to keep it real. I had that same little hot attitude I had when I first started. I don't think I would have been able to connect with this landlord and say, hey, it's okay, let me show you. I'm humble enough now to understand my situation. Let me show you what we're doing. And that assisted me in getting this new location. Yes, my money and my business, those things being great, but it was also how I handled it. I am learning that I get more bees with honey. Y'all, especially for my younger individuals, if you think a snotty attitude is going to get you respect, I promise you no one's going to rock with you. The girl you're mean to, that's the receptionist at whatever business you're calling, she's the gatekeeper. Maybe you should check your tone of voice. Maybe you should think about the person that's cleaning the floors and saying hello instead of being rude. You don't know who he is and what pool he has. See, what I learned building my business is everyone on the bottom that's the most important, not the person on the top. And oftentimes we're not taught that, right? It's an entitled moment. I don't want to work for nothing. Put that thing in the microwave. Heat me up my food. I'm hungry now. I don't want to wait. I want it right now. Business is not like that, y'all. You're going to have to wait. So how's your attitude going to be in waiting? It's real big on it, right? What's your attitude in the waiting season? When you got to sit there and wait for it. That's when it's the hardest. Because no one wants to wait. You want it right now. So now we fast forward. I have this company and I'm pretty great. I'm feeling good. We just did a couple Snoop Dogg records. I mean, I'm feeling like, whoa, here we are. 12 years later. I've seen other businesses get on social media. They did it in 6 months. I've seen other people do it and they did it in a year and a half. The biggest mistake you're going to make is trying to look at someone else's circumstance and figure out why you are not there. Comparable differences. You need to be real with yourself. You need to look at yourself and what you've done and why you are not where you want to be at. Because it's on you. Do you wake up early every morning and go for the gusto? I remember when I opened, we had just started, I think Twitter had just dropped. Make me feel old, y'all, but it's not, okay? Twitter had just dropped. So what was that, 2009, 2008? It had just dropped. It just came out for real. And so social media wasn't the way to get clients. It was old school guerrilla marketing. Do you guys even know what that means? You don't. So guerrilla marketing is when you go out there in the streets and you promote and market. You do the Obama, the presidential. You hug the babies and you shake the old people's hand. You got to meet people. If social media died today, my business would still work. Because we do not live off of the gram. We do not live off of TikTok. We live off of partners, B2B, business to business, federal contracts, and regular clients, community. I urge you in whatever you do to explore who you are, what it is you want to be, and how you are going to be in alignment with that in the culture of your business. Our culture is to teach, motivate, and inspire. That's our culture. I want to teach you how to do it. And then I want to motivate you once you've been taught. Now I want to motivate you by showing you what I'm doing. And then there's that inspiration for you. I think the biggest thing is, where do you want to go? How do you want to get there? It's hard. It's hard to grow anything from the beginning with no assistance. When I started my business, I didn't tell anyone, not one family member, not one person. I don't know everybody's family situation, but mine, I already knew it's got to stay with me. They're not going to get it. They're going to think I'm weird for this. A recording studio? What am I thinking? So I told no one. I wrote up this business proposal. You still went to the library and Googled all day. You know, I wrote up this business proposal. I was in the library all day. I woke up early every morning and I hustled. I worked with my economic development center. If you guys are new business owners and looking to connect with your community, that's where you go. You have entities like this, the Strong Entrepreneurial Center, places like this that are here to assist you. So then I fast forward and I look now at what I could have done differently. I would say the biggest mistake I made was wasting time and believing with what I was supposed to be doing from day one. If you want to sell toothpicks and you feel you have the best toothpick on the planet, don't expect any of us to understand that. Don't expect one of us to understand it. It's for you. That's yours. Maybe you're going to connect with the restaurant that needs toothpicks. Maybe you can connect with the airplane, flight, and find out that, hey, you know what? I know the owner of this, that. You see what I'm saying? It's all about who you know. You don't got to share everything you're doing with everybody in the beginning. You do not need the cosign. And you guys are in the age where you do. But I promise you, you don't need it. You don't need no one to like you to start your business. What you do need, though, is you need to have character. You do need to know how to speak on the telephone. You do need to know how to make eye contact. You do need to know how to, well, I don't know about handshaking no more because it's a different age, right? But these are the things that you need to start thinking about. What do I look like? How do I come off? Do they like me? And when I say do they like me, the key here is, do they respect me? Because you need them to respect you. They may not like you, but they have to respect you, right? That's the hook there. You have to always ensure that. You also have to focus in on, for me, like when starting the business, when we started making contacts, one of the hardest parts for me, being a woman, was having a male counterpart. And I say this because when I started this business, my husband, who was then boyfriend at the time, really didn't want anything to do with it. He didn't believe in it. He didn't see it the way I saw it. He just wanted to DJ. He's on the radio. So he was like, whatever. I just want to bang out and DJ. So he wasn't really on board. And then later on, as I built this business up and he got more acclimated and was seeing the growth, suddenly it went from it being us to it was his business. Suddenly I'm standing behind the person that didn't even believe in what we were doing. And that was hard. Especially for women, I say this, it's hard when we see something and then someone takes that from us. That was a big lesson on my character. Does it matter more to me what they think? Do I need them to say that I am not the wife or not the girlfriend, but the owner? Why is he all of his accolades and credit for the work I did? Why is it this way? This is where character and integrity come again. This is where who you know matters. When you are building your blocks, when you are coming up this ladder, you're going to meet people that are going to believe in just you. And you're not going to know why they picked you and not the rest of the squad. But for some reason, there's something in you that they see. See, I found a lot of amazing women, and we're in this day and age where girls are like, I don't deal with women. No, every woman that has assisted me has made it easier for me. Taught me something, led me somewhere, gave me something, whether food for thought, whether that be an invitation. And when I say this to you, every time I've been at a new plateau, I went from one female mentor to another without even being really aware of it. Just always seeking. And I say that even for males, get a mentor. You're not gonna be able to talk to them every single day because guess what? They're working and they're hustling and they're out here grinding. But you check in with them, talk with them. You say, hey, listen, I know I text you 3 times, but do you even have 30 minutes today to have a conversation with me? I'm dealing with this, that, and the third. And allow them to give you wisdom. I had so many amazing women at every level lean back and pull me forward. And urge you ladies and gentlemen to always think about that. Make sure you know who you are because you're going to get placed in arenas where that's going to be tested. But also make sure that you're looking around to see who's paying attention. And you know, young girls, sometimes we don't want to be around older women. We know everything. Older women don't know it yet. That's a lie. Y'all know that, right? Older women know way more than us. Get around somebody older than you and run to them. Get around them and watch all of their weird little tendencies and their little things, but they're going to give you a jewel. They're going to have a mic drop moment. I guarantee it. And it's going to change your world. Right now, I'm blessed. I'm under Dawn Hester. And she's our city treasurer of North. What does that have to do with music? What does that have to do with recording songs? It doesn't matter. If somebody inspires you and you see them moving in a direction you want to move, you go to them and you say, listen, I need to be up under you. I need to discuss what it is we're doing here. And they will talk with you. And Dawn was like, Jazz, what do you need me? What can I give you, girl? You already got everything. I started laughing. I said, everything. Your cup is never full. Always keep it empty. When somebody's trying to give you direction, always act like you don't know. Oh, okay, that's how you doing? Oh, okay, let me understand that better. Because if you knew how to do it, they wouldn't have to come show you. They wouldn't have had to taught you anything. Where I'm at in my life is, I don't know anything. I have this young lady that's helping me with social media right now because I really have to respect this a lot more than what I should, right? And she tells me all this stuff and she's like, I already know you know this, Miss Jazz, this and the third. And I was like, it doesn't matter. Just teach me again. I'm going to act like I don't know. Show me again. Clearly you're here for a reason, right? I say this, and when I close out all of this, I say, think about who you want to be and the woman or the man you want to be when you walk through the door every day. You don't own your business yet, but you're on your way. How do you want your mom to see you? How do you want the girls around you to see you? Think about how you want to carry yourself on a daily basis and show up every day in that vibe, in that energy. Be hungry every day. If you have an idea and you're not working at least 3 to 5 hours on it every day, then you're just dreaming. Work ethic, discipline, discipline, discipline. I am so disciplined, it's sick. Cliff kind of knows me. My discipline is heavy. My business all these years, and do you know I get up every single morning at 7 o'clock? I do a little workout, then I go to work by 8:30, and I'm there all day, and I'm the boss. No one makes me have to be there. And half the time, no one's there with me when I'm there. Classes don't start till later in the day. But I don't care. I want to go. Because that's where I'm supposed to be at. And so all I'm going to urge to you and say to you guys, and I say this with so much hunger in my spirit, hungry, get passionate, and get disciplined. Discipline is the key to building a business. Learn practical application. If you want to own a bakery, you should be working at a bakery right now. Worked under the Virginia Children's Course for several years under Carol Thomas Downing because I wanted to learn how to run a music school. Beans and rice, but I did it. I worked on radio stations. I did. I mean, it took a minute to get the good job in the radio station, but I did every single other job. I'm saying, humble yourself. If you want to own a restaurant or you want to have a club, well, if you've never worked in a club or waitressed in a club, then how can you run a club? If you want to own a clothing store, a brick and mortar or an online, but you don't have anyone in your Rolodex that does so, and you're too good to go and ask them for help, then how are you going to know what to do? You going to waste time and money? I want you to think about how you can make it easier for yourself. The first thing is going to be knowing what type of person you are. I already know who I am, so I know I'm not over there. Oh, I'm not over there either. I'm like, this is who I am. That's important. Then number two, you really need to be disciplined. Here's the goal, the mission for this. Do I have a business plan? Do I have a mentor? Have I utilized the school organization? Have I called the Economic Development Center? I'm here at Strom. What resources have I utilized? Take advantage of the free stuff. Take advantage of it. They should all know your name. Like, oh yeah, her business isn't here yet, but she's here every day. She's hungry. She lets me know every day. We're working on her goals. We're working on his goals. It should be like that. People should know you. Because they're doing great things over here. ODU is amazing to me. You guys are sitting in the beginning to me. This is your beginning. You know, choose wisely. I don't know how, your home life, but if you don't have children, if you're not married, what you doing all day? What do you do all day? In 24 hours. I say this to my students all the time. What do you do? What do you do? So for 8 hours, 12 hours, you watch TV? Okay, so you studied, you did that for 3 hours. Then what'd you do? Then what did you do? Were you on social media the whole day? Looking at people's lives? Thinking about how you could get prettier or cuter or new stuff? Or did you spend time building your business? Beyonce ain't on Instagram. She building her business. Kim Kardashian, she may look like she always on Instagram, but she ain't. Somebody doing that for her. She's building her business. You got to think, how do I get more selfish? And not selfish in a mean way. How do I get more zoned in, concentrated selfishness in this one thing? How do I do it great? And don't be a jack of all trades. Yeah, so I do makeup, I do hair, I make clothes. I also own this other business that allows us to go skydiving. And then I also make masks and I do. Well, what are you good at? You're a jack of all trades and a master at nothing. You've mastered nothing. How many hours do you need to be a master? Come on, guys. 10,000. Some of us reached 10,000 hours long before we even had a business. That's how obsessed we were. Are you obsessed with what you do? I know a girl that's like obsessed with customer service. Really annoys me a little bit, but she's like obsessed with it. And so when she picks up the phone, it even frustrates me how perfect it is. Hello, thank you for calling. How can I help you? It's like, it's so perfect, but she perfected that thing. She could tell you to go F off in the nicest way you do not know it because she has perfected that thing. And I look at her and I think, oh, one day. But that's not for me, you see? Everybody has their thing. You got to figure out what's your thing. If I'm going to open candles, if I'm going to make pillows, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to be the best at it. I'm going to know how many stitches I need. I'm going to know how much thread I need. I'm going to know everything. So all I'm urging you to do is get psycho about what you want to do. Get so passionate, engulf your life in it. If you're an artist and your thing is to create, and I don't know if it's music, I don't know if it's what medium it is, whatever it is, engulf yourself in that. This is the time. This is the time to be doing all of the things that you're later in life not going to be able to once responsibility kicks in. And I mean like real responsibility. Like my mortgage due, my rent is due. Not I got to pay my student loan only and worry about what I'm eating, right? I want you guys to really buckle down and think about, okay, in 1 year, where can I be? My life is worked off of goals. I work in 3 months, in 6 months, in a year. What's your 3-month goal? Do you have a planner? You look at it every day? Or are we just talking? What's your 6-month goal? Do you even know? So if you meet the 3rd-month goal, how will that change the 6-month goal? What's the planning? Failing to plan? There we go. Time to get hungry. Time to get motivated. I don't need nobody to tell me where I'm going. I was successful when I woke up. You were successful when you woke up. Now what are you going to do with the rest of the day? So if there's anything I can give to you guys, and I know I didn't just focus on music, and I hope that that's not what you guys thought it was going to be. I hope you guys really think about that it is you are giving out into the world and why it is I want to even work within your business, value your business. How do you treat other business owners? How do you review other businesses? Have you found who your competition is in the field you're in? How do they handle things so you don't handle it their way? Or I like the way they handle it. I want to do it this way. Do I have a mentor? Your mentor. And I'm going to be real with you. It doesn't have to be some older person. Your mentor could be somebody your age that you look up to that's doing more than you. But they can't be equal to you. They have to have more than you. They have to. Because then they have nothing to give you then. They haven't went through the storm you went through then. And you need that. You need someone to be like, this seems heavy right now. And I know you feel like it's the end of the world, but I promise you it's not. This will be gone. You need someone with seasoning to help cultivate you. And then you really need to be authentic. Be truthful to who you are. Know your theory. Know your thoughts. Know what you want. Know who you are. And what it is you want to sell. And then go for the gusto, y'all. Go get hungry. Don't be like, yeah, I'm working hard. I got to pose this. No, that's not working. I mean, really in it, in the thick of it, and learning your industry and how to maneuver. I'm always the only female in the room. I decided to go into a business that is male dominated. And then at that, hip hop can kind of be misogynistic and disrespectful towards women. Here I'm at a table with these guys. So it doesn't matter how much I'm clothed, right? I'm still a woman. And so I often have to think, how do I move within this? I wouldn't have learned how to do that had I not seen another female do it before me. And so I'm urging you guys to think about all corners of your market. Master one thing. If I'm going to make purses, I'm only going to make a clutch purse first. I'm not going to make the tote yet. I'm going to make one thing wonderfully. If I'm going to open my storefront or my business online, I'm going to get the website ace before I tell anyone. And I'm going to make sure when they go to click to purchase that thing, that everything goes smoothly, that they get all of their automation emails, that they get everything right. I'm going to test the theory before anyone else is. So if there's anything I can leave you guys with today is just definitely dream big, but work hard. Be disciplined. Be very disciplined. Be so disciplined that no one sees you no more because all you're doing is grinding on what you believe in. Be a good person. Be good. Be a good person to other people, and your business will soar. Be friendly, be courteous, and remember, the gatekeepers are not the people with the longest title. It's the girl that picked up the phone and said, hello, how can I help you? Talk to that person with love. Get your foot through the door and make contacts. And don't take no and be like, they didn't respond. Oh, well, call back again. And again, and again, and again, until you get what you need. But you guys, this is only the beginning. I'm so excited for you guys. Hope I gave you a little bit of insight and shared a little bit of something with you all. And I'm thankful for today, okay? Thank you so much. Oh, yes. That was a great question. So I definitely, that authenticity comes in for me. I learned what I needed to scale was the things that I knew I could marginalize without needing to hire on additional staff. So for example, I need to be able to teach these classes if they call out. That's what made me realize what I needed to get rid of. Can I do it? People leave at any time. Then can you imagine? Then COVID came years. I'm saying, what do we have it for 2 years now? So think about all the businesses that went from all those people to like 1 or 2 people. Now they're doing the job of that person. Had they not known how to do that, maybe their business had to close. So the main course for me was being authentic to what I knew I could do and what I could handle on my own, which would require no resistance because I want things to flow to me. And when we resist, I know I'm getting deep with manifestation up in here, y'all, but you understand it. You will not get what you want. Okay? I hope that answered that. Yes. Yes. Okay, so when I start, first off, I'm one of those nerdy girls. Okay, so I love a planner because I get to be all different color markers. I'm still grown and I still do that. It just makes me happy. But so for my 3-month goal, the first thing I think about is projection, money. So that's typically right. So if I were you, just start business, my first 3-month goal, I can tell you right now. Can I share with you what I would be thinking about? Is this for you? Okay. So the first thing you need to think of, and to me, I would say when I do my 3-month goals, like I said, I think about projection. If I'm thinking about my life first, I'm thinking where I want to be in 3 months. So in 3 months, I want to have this bill paid off. In 3 months, I want to have worked out for this many days. This is life stuff. I'm not talking about business. You start with things you know you can control. So if your first thing is, I need to be posting on a regular basis. So the first thing we need to look into is Plantly, right? Which is an app that's free that allows you to post and schedule those posts. So we could do that within 90 days, right? That's the first thing. Then I need to build some content. Canva is free, canva.com. I need to go up there and I need to make some content. I might need to take some pictures. So then that might make me think, you know what? I need to get a little in the gym, get it right, body tight. Let me make sure that's part of my 3 months right there, right? And then when I think business though, 3 months, I should have my vision statement. I should have the name of my company. I should have an idea of a logo. You guys heard of Fiverr? Fiverr.com. You don't need to pay $3,000 for a logo. You can pay $10 for a logo to work. Fiverr, Fiverr.com. FIV. I'm so sorry. Or we can hit her up. There we go. Business to business. That's another great way. I would also say to me, if you're starting a business and you're thinking about your 3-month goal, it needs to be like a full breakdown. So I need to have my mission statement. I need to know what are the goals within the business. So now my goal is to get but I still need to have my goals within the business. So I'm going to get my logo done. I'm going to make sure my mission statement is done. I'm going to look into my website getting complete. And then I'm going to really research my industry. I'm going to figure out who are my 5 competitors within my area. If I'm online, then the whole world is your competition. But if you're a brick and mortar, it's a little bit smaller, right? So those are the things I would want to look at. Also for me with goals is always about checking things off the list. So you're a graphic designer. Your mindset needs to be a little different. So here you are, Strong. Have you made anything for them? Have you shown them your skills? You could have made a flyer for me tonight and been like, hey, just want to let you know, this is what I do. Next time you guys check for me. Because let me let you know something. You're going to have to do stuff in the beginning for free. 2-3 years, we did free classes, every library, every school, for free. It was hard. But how are you outsourcing yourself? So to me, those would be my goals, is who can I connect with? Who can I assist? If I'm a graphic designer, is there somebody that already has some type of a following that I can build with and I can assist? Or you look perfect yourself. How do I utilize myself? Right? Other part of your 3-month goals needs to be, is my business going to get a license? Am I really going to do this thing? Maybe I need to sit down with the Economic Development Center and see what my options are. Have I even went on YouTube and pulled up my industry and seen what the game is like right now? What is my target market? How do I break these down? To me, that's a lot of work in 3 months. It's a lot. You really need to know who. I know some guys that are like, I don't want to know my competition. I don't need to know them. That's my man voice. I say that because it's always a man that will say that to me. You don't need to know your competition. I disagree. You need to know what you're up against. You need to know how they move. You need to know why they move the way they move. And you need to know if you can introduce yourself to them so that they can know you're here. Okay, it's big. That's a big deal. Hey, just let you know, hi, I'm here though. That's a good thing to do, okay? Especially in the industry. Because, we got 12-year-olds starting businesses now, you guys. It's about to get saturated. Every avenue. We got 12-year-olds making money the same level of a 35-year-old. That's intense, y'all. Okay? So all I say to you is, when you think about your 3-month goal, you need to have personal life goals, and you need to have your business goals. And as a graphic designer, you need to be thinking, who can I connect with to assist them in being great? And watch a blessing come. And that's the problem. Nobody want to give no more. Everybody wants to receive it, but no one wants to give it. And there's so many ways you guys can be giving at ODU. So many ways, so many departments, so many people in high places right in this room. But do you see them as that? Or do you think somebody is important because of the numbers on an IG page? I'm getting you guys to wake up to the real world. Because it's not all an app that you can delete in your phone. There's real people out here moving and shaking that can connect you today. They can make a phone call. Let me give you a story real quick. We did a big beat clinic. We had about 12 producers come out of all different states. They were all multi-platinum producers. I went and I saw, speaking of Dawn Hester, I went and I saw her. I said, I'm doing this big event in the city. How can you guys assist me? And she was like, well, what are you doing? What do you have together? Of course, I had all my ducks in a row. I had a digital presentation to provide to her. I had an entire printout presentation to provide to her. I had my elevator speech ready. I had it all. I was so hungry. I already had referrals, right? So I was like, oh, yeah, this person. She made one phone call after looking at my presentation and talking with me and seeing my referral. She made one phone call, y'all, and got me money for a month of it. A phone call. You didn't know I left her office? Then I went and got that money. That's how powerful this woman is. And she don't care nothing about no IG. Think about how many girls missed over her. I was grateful. You didn't think she was a winner. I knew it. See, we're forgetting. You got to look back a little bit. Think about that. She made one phone call for me, but I had my ducks in a row. I looked the part. I came in professional. I had a good attitude. She saw my integrity. I paid my dues, did my free classes. I'm saying every move you're going to make from this point on, every single moment of it matters. So just think about that. And did you have a question? I know I started yapping. That's a good one. So there's so many ways. When I started, we didn't even take a loan out. I didn't take a loan out. I saved up my money. I was broke for a minute. Okay. And I didn't, okay, so also where you guys are at, credit score is important. I know you guys have student loans and that feels like it's a thick situation, but think about your credit scores, think about those little things because they do matter when you think about funding. I would say for you, you need to look at like Kickstart. I can't think of the other name. I Fund Women is huge. And then you need to look into connecting with your economic development center, places like the Strom, and going to them and saying, okay, but you can't go to them until you got your ducks in a row. I got my business plan together. Can you please red tape this first? And then once they review that, say, okay, now I'm ready to get funding. I find when you allow people to assess your business plan, they are more willing to help you. When you go to them and you're just like, well, here it is, it's my idea. They're like, well, you have nothing to show me. And that doesn't seem like a real investment for my time. So my recommendation would be get in. And then also, if you, what's the business that you're looking to do? Awesome. Your business is booming now. It's essential oil life. So why do you feel you need funding right now? How much inventory do you have? Have you sold that? Thing is, I always find as entrepreneurs, we all, like I said to her, we're women in a clothing store. We always, if I get that, then it will be complete. If I get this outfit, then I can wear it. And that's the problem with us because women are perfectionists. And so we need it all sometimes. You gotta be, so to me, I would be flipping my money. So if I already had essential oils, I would add $1 to each jar. I would sell those, and every dollar that comes back, though, you don't touch it. You put it away, and then you see what your pot is, and then you go back up, right? And then you go get more equipment, or you get more essential oils, and then you don't have to necessarily worry about getting funding. You see what I'm saying? So there it is. There's that. I have all this vision, but I haven't even mastered my one trade. Don't go there yet, then. So what you do is I feel like you're there. I feel like what you need to say to yourself is slow down. It will come. I don't have to, it's my life's work. Leonardo da Vinci, not Leonardo DiCaprio, y'all. Leonardo da Vinci is the most powerful thing. He said it the best. This is my life's work. Why would I get it done this year? It's my life's work. So think like that. So for the next 2 years, I'm gonna be doing essential oils. And then after I get that where it needs to be, then I'm gonna move over here. It's my life's work. I don't have to be 22. Like we're putting way too much pressure on ourselves nowadays. Chill out. I like you good at essential oils that people in the essential industry should already know your name. The DJs I work with, they don't do nothing else but DJ, and everybody know them for that thing. It's okay to be known for one thing. Just because the world says you have to do 80 things doesn't mean you need to. If I were you, I would be flipping my own money first. I would see what I get back, then I would go get some more. And then I get a real opportunity to see, am I making money? Is my price point right? Because you need to know your competitors. That's a big game. That's a good game, though. No, for real. Yes, ma'am. I think you master one at a time. So this is a great example. I am a fourth generation seamstress. I make clothes and been doing it a long time before it was cool, right? And so that's a side hustle for me. I started a whole line. I did all of that. But I noticed that when I was putting this line together and though I sold it and it did great, it took me away from what I initially started. And I didn't even get that to, at that time, a six figure. So to me, I was like, what am I doing? I'm backpedaling. You are going to have to pick. You're going to have to pick which one am I going to focus on first, and then I can weave in the next thing. And that's how I stay fresh, right? Let's look at some of the top people. How does Beyonce stay fresh? Well, then she started bringing in clothes, right? Then she started bringing in food. I'm gonna see if you guys will eat this healthy food. Then I'm gonna bring in this. I'm gonna bring in perfume. You need to see how everything's done in timing. Where you're at, what is your multiple business or ventures or creatives? Ooh. Yeah, so one, biochemistry, that to me is like a male dominated game. You might get in there a little bit easier than you thought, just off of the strength that you are a female. Sometimes it works to our benefactor. Just throwing that out there. I'm not saying you can't moonlight your business. I'm not saying you can't spend a few hours working on your candles. I'm saying that is not the forefront. You have to make a decision. Am I going to worry about my creative ventures, or am I going to first focus on my biochemistry and where that can take me? Because you know how many hours that needs, right? Only you would know that. And so I say, don't be in a rush to do it all. It's okay. If you figured out a way to make these things weave without you having to give up something else, then that's fine. But I think one of the most powerful things that TD Jakes even said, he was like, listen, if I'm winning over here in business, then understand I'm losing as a father because I'm not showing up like I should. If I'm on tour for a whole year, know that I'm not at home where I need to be. Something is always going to be not given all of you. You have to make an adult decision and choose which direction do I want to go first. For me, as an artist, I decided I wanted to get money. I'm a tourist, right? So I need to have stability. And so I didn't want to be one of those artists that were out here broke. So I said, you know what? I'm going to still be in the industry. I'm going to open up a studio and I'm going to help my community while I'm still perfecting my music. Do you see what I'm saying? You can still do it, but you have to figure out what's most important. No one else knows that but you. No one else. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because you put every aspect of entertainment on your plate and said, now eat. And that's intimidating. How pulled you must be in all different directions. You go on Instagram, you see the dancer, you want to be her, and then you see the singer, you want to do that, and then you see the actor, and you want to do that too. And you're like pulled in all these places. But which are you the best at right now? Singing and dancing. So I would say, let's perfect those. Because with goodness, when you master something, things just come to you. We mastered how to do this studio thing, and then now we got labels wanting to work with us. Def Jam. Who would have thought? But we perfected it. You see what I'm saying? Perfect your dance. Perfect your singing. And then you have to audition anyway to go to performing arts school. See if you can get in. Baby steps. Then once you're in the door, now you're about to really get real training. Then you can start talking about acting and all these other things. Because remember, it's your life's work. It's not your 20s work. You're 20, right? You're not 19? Okay. No, there we are. Okay. But do you get what I'm saying? It's your life's work. So just think about that. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Don't allow the world to do it either. If you're a good singer and dancer, then sing and dance, baby. Sing and dance so good that I know your name just off of you singing and dancing. Then the acting and the businesses and all of that will come. You are at a great age. You don't have anything holding you down. So focus on the dance. Be in the dance studio all day. You can do that. No one's going to be calling for you to, you know what I mean? Take advantage of that, perfect that thing so good. Also connect with people like me who knows people need dancers and music artists and all this other stuff. You need to start connecting dots, opening your mouth, connecting with people. Listen, I reach out to everybody. I don't care. Okay? But thank you guys.